Good evening, Reed Spring community. I cannot believe that we are here ready to conclude another school year. This is the May post-board meeting update, and I just want to say how proud I am of all of our students to see their hard work this year to really come back and from some unique COVID years and come back and really work tremendously hard and have so many successes in and out of the classroom. Really proud of them. So proud of all of our employees, the dedication and service that they've given, and I just pray and hope that the summer is a refreshing time for everyone, and we really gear up for another wonderful school year. We had a wonderful school board meeting tonight. It was really enjoyable. We were able to have really our first full board meeting with our new board members, and just had a great night and had a lot of things on the agenda that we accomplished. The belief statement that we addressed tonight is we believe a safe environment is essential. Obviously, with the tragedy that happened in Texas yesterday, our hearts go out. I've been feeling really emotional all day thinking about what if this was our students, what if this was something that occurred in our school, and just the suffering of all the families that have lost some precious little ones and some really good teachers. And I just want you to know that our safety of our students is our top priority. We continue to evaluate our practices. We've had several conversations today, including a few here tonight at the board meeting, on how we can improve our safety practices. We will continue to address those as we move forward. Our commitment is to the security and safety of all of our students, and every child deserves a safe place to learn and to grow and to be educated. I feel very proud that the district has done a lot of work in years past to create some safety measures. I mean, our SROs, our school police officers, for example, are 100% paid for by the district. We receive no outside support for them financially. We pay for their ammo. We do all that to give them equipment, their vehicles, their salaries are all paid through district dollars. And I'm just proud that the district has made those commitments. We've done a lot of facility upgrades to ensure safety. There's cameras and a variety of things. And our staff also goes through annual training. Every year we go through active shooter training, looking for signs of suicide, signs of students that are dealing with depression and challenges, as well as our students. And so we recognize that there's always room for improvement, and so we are, as soon as tomorrow, we're having some conversations with our administrator team on how to improve practices. And at some point in the future, we will engage a broader community task force group to begin tackling some of these current safety and behavioral issues that schools are facing, and how do we continue to improve, especially when you're talking about targeting the mental health needs of our students. Again, our foundational belief is that we believe all students deserve to have a safe environment to work in and to learn in. As far as the board report goes, we jumping into some of the ideas or some of the conversations today. We highlighted several items that passed through the legislative process this year at the state level that are going to the Governor Parsons' desk in August for approval or for veto. And so there are several items that we're keeping our eyes on here in the district that we are waiting for DESE, the Department of Education's guidance on. Some of the following items include a virtual learning expansion, virtual instruction expansion, which essentially will take any student participating in any virtual instruction program outside of what the district offers. They'll then become home to that district that's providing that. So if they're taking it through Ozark or any other district, then that will become their host school. That host school will be responsible for the students academically, will also receive the financial aid that comes with that student for their attendance, and that will become the house school. So we're learning about that and waiting for additional guidance on what that will look like. There's been a mandatory reading intervention, which will align with some of our practices already, that will ensure that we are creating essentially individualized plans for students who are behind on grade level reading. I think this is a fantastic idea. It's actually something we've been talking about in regards to student portfolios and student monitoring of their progress, and us keeping tabs on any student who maybe struggle. The state, one of the things that went through is we are required to have a week of Holocaust Education Week in April of school year. So that'll be something we'll be receiving some guidance from Department of Education on. The Department of Education as well has, or the legislative process approved Career Ladder to get reintroduced. Those of you that have been in teaching for a while remember when Career Ladder was part of schools. This essentially is a 60% reimbursement for all costs incurred that that are part of the Career Ladder program. We're not sure exactly what that program will entail at this point. I'm assuming what we're hoping is that we'll essentially be able to get reimbursed for some of the things that we currently do in regards to tutoring, some things that our coaching staff does that are extra beyond their letters of intent, and some other things that our employees do, and maybe even some of our master's classes reimbursement. We're hopeful that we'll get some support from actually the state level. So Career Ladder could be a really good thing for us, but we'll see how that all unfolds. There was an enrollment piece that students that are not residents of the school district that live in the county, whose parents own property in the county, or land, agricultural or residential property in the county, who paid a minimum taxes a year of $2,000 would be able to attend the Reed Spring School District. They have to have lived in, have to have had that land and be in that situation for the past 4 years. So we don't think that'll increase our enrollment significantly, but that was something new. We also, one of the other items that is important to note is that the Governor Parsons and the Department of Education and the legislature have all approved to move forward of raising the base level of teacher salaries across the state. We think that's fantastic, to $38,000 as a minimum salary. Our salary currently right now is $37,800. Next year we were already moving to $38,200. So this increase we should get a little bit of reimbursement for some of that increase from the state. It's a 70-30% match, at least for the year. For us, it's not really that big of a deal. For some really small rural school district, it is going to be a huge financial burden on those districts and could result in even some of those districts closing down or consolidating with other districts. Again, fortunately for us, we're already at that point. We're going to continue to challenge the envelope in regards to compensation so that we can continue to bring the best employees from all around the state to the Reed Spring School District. Talk a little bit about the budget. In addition to those items that I've already mentioned, one of the things that's going to be fully funded is our transportation budget, which I think it's been since late 90s when the transportation was funded previously. So that'll be some nice additional dollars for the district, especially as we're purchasing buses and our routes are really expensive. So because we drive so far. I did share with the Board of Education tonight that we are in a really great position as a district because our assessed valuation continues to increase over time. The lake obviously draws that increase. This area draws that increase. We've seen an influx of growth. We're going to continue to see that growth. Our building projects, there is a significant amount of escalation that's occurring in our projects as bids are coming in. It's not exciting to see that escalation. And so just to talk about one of the things the board did approve tonight that everybody can kind of celebrate, they did approve all the bid packaging for our primary school project. We are having a grand opening on this Friday at 9 a.m. at the primary school. Not grand opening, excuse me, a groundbreaking for those projects to get projects initiated. So projects have been approved to be able to move forward with those bids. The challenge we have right now is that we have a budget of the $40 million that was approved by the voters of the no tax increase bond issue. We are determined to complete all three of our projects as planned. However, this price of the primary school budget alone, I thought would be around 9 to 10 million when we first started going through design. Now that we've gone through design and through bid packaging, that project is going to turn out to be closer to $16 million to build the primary school, to renovate. And essentially, and I want this to be really clear, you're essentially getting a brand new building. Yes, some of the frame is staying up, but the building is going to be from electrical to HVAC to walls to flooring to ceilings, all going to be brand new in addition to all the extra classrooms. And that's really important for people to understand. So you can see how much that escalation has increased over the last several months because of the impact of COVID and just the economy right now. I know we're all experiencing that as we go to the pump each day. So there's a lot of variance in what's happening, but I say that because our building project for the Career Center probably will end up at an escalated price as well. Although we will have a lot more time to be able to plan for the Career Center and to be able to really vet out even more bidding process and some of those things. I could see us in a situation where the budget's extremely tight and we struggle to get to that all of our projects done within the 40 million bonding capacity. I mentioned to the board the value of assessed valuation, and I'm very transparent. It's just the way I operate. So what we are in a position in where districts across the state, as I've talked to others, I've talked to our bond council, they have districts across the state that are seeing 100% increase in escalation in the prices. We're not like that bad, but we are in a very good situation because our assessed valuation continues to grow. And so what I am strategizing and beginning to look at other avenues just in preparation to our projects to ensure that we get everything done within the projects that we've committed to our district. Some of that may include us taking out maybe an additional loan, an additional lease, and then running another no tax increase bond issue after. In 3 years, we're going to be in a position where we could do another no tax increase bond issue and capture some of this escalation that we're going to have to pay, that difference in potentially a loan, capture it in that, and cover the rest of the project in another bond issue in the middle of our career center design. I'm not jumping off the cliff right now, but I am just being very transparent. The escalation of prices are causing some significant challenges with our projects. I'm very, very optimistic. I am confident we're going to have everything done that we're saying to, but we're going to have to be creative. And fortunately, again, we can potentially, if we need more dollars, we could potentially come back to our taxpayers and say, you know, we are going to need some additional support with a no tax increase bond issue to finish our projects. That's several years, 3 years out down the road, but things to be thinking about. We're also analyzing our current budget to ensure that we're what kind of funds we have for our current operation, for future salaries, but also to be able to use some of our current budget to deal with some of the projects. While I'm optimistic, I'm also concerned just about the inflation of costs. I think I've kind of beat that one to death a little bit. You'll get a lot more updates. I'll share with you the information, but I want to reiterate, our projects are going to happen. We are going to finish those projects. Again, our primary school is pretty much all cleared, almost all cleared out of the primary school. So we're going to be, starting next week, you'll see work happening over at the primary school and things just start to move and shake over there. And then next year, towards this amount of time, this time frame, we'll begin working on the career center. So very excited and very proud and honored to be part of that. We did update our strategic planning team, our original team that designed those core beliefs and mission statements. We have an accountability measure to meet with them every year to share them with them our updates, the things that we were able to accomplish and the things that maybe we didn't accomplish. And so we had a wonderful meeting on the 18th, and that went extremely well. Summer school, as you know, has kicked off. You should, if your child's planning on attending a summer school, please make sure that they are enrolled. You can get online and find that information, but summer school will start next week on next Tuesday. Summer school will start for all of our buildings except for our primary school. We are adjusting that to allow one more additional day so that everything can get settled at our new facility at New Testament over there at the old middle school at the annex. Have everything settled down, but summer school will start the day next Wednesday. Had several recognitions, a lot of great things at the end of the school year. We did add the following additional stipends for new programs that are going to be benefiting our students. We are adding middle school baseball. We added 2 stipends to support a head and assistant coach. We are adding high school esports. So now we'll have esports at both the high school and at the middle school level. And then we added 2 positions to support our youth services, our youth sports program, a first semester and second semester stipend of 7.5% to support those 2 programs. So we're proud of that and excited for that movement. As many of you know and have heard, our robotics program is expanding and it's just awesome. Just absolutely amazing, wonderful opportunity. We're so grateful for Robin Verheyen and Keith Kramer for their work on those programs. Just this energy of robotics is carrying across the district. And so Mr. Kramer has put together a proposal, and we have approved that to add a head coach and an assistant coach position for robotics to move forward, and to also increase our middle school C4 gifted stipend, increase those amounts so that we can build this program and really expand it in the years to come, which will feed into our new engineering program, Project Lead the Way program that will be in our new career center in a couple of years. So we're proud of that work and excited that those positions we're now able to move forward with. One of the big items we talked about tonight that I feel like is just a critical time, or a critical point where we have so many wonderful things going on. We have some opportunity to really meet the needs of these projects And I think there are opportunities to even get sponsorships for a lot of the work a lot of the little pieces that are getting done. So the board has approved tonight a new position for the district. This is a sponsorship / grant writer position. This individual's responsibility will be to develop, implement, and supervise all district-wide sponsorships and fundraising. They will develop the plan, and then all fundraising will be navigated through this one point of contact. Our focus is to ensure that businesses aren't getting taxed by multiple different coaches, multiple different teachers, but that we have it all funneled through one, and that people that are donating and giving to the district know where their dollars are going. And so they're going to be working on that. Additionally, I think there's a lot of opportunity in both the Career Center, the primary school, and the Alumni Park to have sponsorship opportunities. For example, if O'Reilly's wanted to engage in this great, exciting project, could they sponsor a bay or sponsor some equipment in there? Could that help some of their our internship with work with that group? If Port of Kimmerling or Indian Point Marina wanted to sponsor a bay to be able to have a bay at the marina with their logo on there, and then support that program. If our playgrounds have certain pieces that different organizations within the community wanted a sponsorship, this individual would be able to bridge the gap between the business world and us and really start to create some of those really neat opportunities. We feel like this is going to be a game changer for us in the short and long term. We've been studying this and looking at other districts with this model. We feel very optimistic that this position essentially will pay for itself. From what we've seen from the district, this position pays much more than for itself. So we're excited about that. They will also work along with our other grant writer in any grant writing process, and we're still kind of figuring out how that will work out. So you will see a new position that will be posted, a sponsorship grant writer position. We're still fine-tuning the compensation plan. There will be essentially a base pay plus commission based off of the number of dollars that are generated and brought into the district. And so more information will come out in the coming days because we will get this posted and we want to move on this position fairly quickly. So appreciate the board and their vision or willingness to support the vision of this new position, which is also a piece in our strategic plan and that we'll be able to accomplish. The board tonight approved a new district policy manual and a new board manual. Our processes are shifting to Ed Council, so they have approved those. We appreciate that. So we are now operating under a whole new set of board policies. Those will be put up and placed on the website as soon as possible, and we'll get that ball rolling. Appreciate that. Student handbooks and employee manuals will also be revised and tied directly to state statute or tied directly to policy. Again, I mentioned that the board approved our amended contract and proposed bids for a primary school project that's in place. So we appreciate them approving that so that we can get construction moving forward. And then the final piece of excitement is, or business, well, I guess there's maybe two more things. The final couple things is we just discussed our agreement. We haven't quite executed this agreement with our New Testament church. As I've said multiple times and said already, we are so blessed by the New Testament church to be able to go over there and house our kids over there while we're doing the remodel from our primary school. We are so thankful for their work and want them to know how honored we feel that they are willing to give us that space. It is truly a blessing, and hopefully we're a blessing to them as well. We're working through an agreement on what that will look like and what spaces will be used, and we will pay for our time while we're over there renting some of that space. So we appreciate all their work. And I'm proud of the work of our primary staff. I know you've done a significant amount of work in getting that transition going, and I know it's a sacrifice, and that reward is going to be sweet when that building opens up. I'm grateful for our maintenance staff, for our custodians, and for Steve Verheyen for all that they've done, and others that have stepped in and really supported this. We really appreciate that. And then our July board meeting is canceled. We always cancel when we don't have a board meeting in July. So that was our board meeting. A lot happened today. I'm just so appreciative of the work that was done again, and so excited for the direction that the district's going. Thank you for all that you've done for us as a community, whether you're a staff member, a student, a parent. I just truly appreciate all that you do. Look forward to a wonderful summer school, and can't wait till next year. Everyone have a great day. Thanks.